What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's live where we are going live with SpeedToLead. We got Gene, we got Yuri. What's up, guys?
Hey,
What's up,
nice
Great to see you,
Excited
man.
to have you all. It's been a while since we went live with SpeedToLead, man.
Dude, it's been a bit. Man. Great to see you.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, for those of you that don't know, SpeedToLead was the first ever paper lead vendor that we used here at Titanium Investments. Gene actually approached us after the first Closers Olympics win in 2021, and he was like, "Dude, I saw what you did. Like, you gotta give SpeedToLead a chance. You gotta start calling my leads." We started doing the Closers cage matches. We ran out of people that wanted to challenge me, to be honest with you. So what we ended up just doing the Closer show by myself, but it was a lot of fun. And Yuri, how long have you been with the team?
I'm slightly less than a year now, but the journey has been great. A lot of that thanks to Gene, of course, and to you too. I mean, most of people actually that it's not a secret that you're one of our biggest affiliates, but what actually is really cool when you talk to guys that actually came from like your school or your teachings. So it always feels like they're like more professional. They know what they do. They have some approach for leads that I think is more correct in comparison to like any other approaches when people just think, oh, it will be a home run any lead, or like it's very easy or everything is simple. So you are like one of those dudes that is telling how it is, and that still work. You gotta do it, and you suggest the best way how to attack those leads. And the ways how you do it is fairly simple but very effective. So that's another way that helps. And so far it's been a cool ride for me, and excited to talk to you and your members even more. Maybe Gene has some more to say, what changed since.
I second that. I'd rather every member that we have came through a coach like RJ, and not just like discover us. Like I don't want them to like go and buy leads unless they've been here, unless they've been with this guy.
Love it, man.
That's my whole deal.
I appreciate that. Well, listen, we'll go ahead and answer this question because I'm sure we're going to get asked a lot of times. Where's Liam? So listen, Liam, he moved on. He took a position with InvestorLift. You're going to see Liam, okay? We're all good friends with Liam still. We love Liam. I just talked to him yesterday. He's going to be helping out with some of the InvestorLift stuff, but he's no longer with SpeedToLead. But it's all good. So we still love Liam, right, Gene? You still love Liam?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I encouraged him to go and do it because he's done great. He's done great work here. I'm just excited to see him crushing it so young. I wish I was doing that type of stuff when I was that young.
That's what I told him. I was like, dude, you went out and you basically were at the ground level with SpeedToLead when y'all first started. And it all just kind of started from these live videos. I mean, which is hilarious. I think his first interaction with SpeedToLead was he just came on and closed some deals, right?
He didn't even turn on the camera on the first call. Yeah, so I hijacked the Closers Olympics. I was like, hey, after party. I got some leads. Everybody come to the after party to my YouTube.
Right.
And then leave, and it was a little black box without a picture on the StreamYard without a camera.
That's awesome. Like, and then, Robert Winsley comes along, offers him a position at InvestorLift. Congratulations to Liam. We wish him the best with everything over there at InvestorLift. So let's see what we got here. Abel says, I'm definitely going to be doing the PPL model to start off, and I've been absorbing RJ's closing style and formula, so let's fucking go. Love that, man. And listen, guys, what we want to talk about here today is we're going to get to me talking to sellers. I'm going to call some sellers here towards the end. But before then, we want to really break down all the different things that you can do with SpeedToLead, how you can purchase leads, because the facts are you guys have added quite a bit to the platform. And back in the day, all I ever showed is, hey, come in here and buy them off of the marketplace. But the marketplace is just one of many places. So it doesn't matter. Yuri, Gene, whoever, break down some of the different ways that people can actually purchase leads from SpeedToLead.
Yeah,
Yeah, here we go.
I run most of our onboarding calls, so I'll probably cover on that part. And some of the things we added, actually, thanks to you too, I'm going to cover that shortly. So all of you guys are familiar with like regular things like we have like on Marketplace. So in Marketplace, there are, two types of leads: hot exclusive. You can buy them exclusively, grab them out of the market. You also have this cool new status leads, like 48 hours old leads that people can buy non-exclusively. And the cool thing about them that you can get a big bunch of coupons and promos, from Gene or from our sales team, and you can really, load them up at a pretty low price. So, and I mean, that's what I tell to a lot of people. I think those two things, especially Gene's coupons, probably changed more lives than any other thing in this whole industry in terms of PPL. Literally, the number of people that I met and told me like, I bought a freaking lead like for $25 from the coupon I got. I closed for 50K profit. You guys changed my life. I mean, I covered my mortgage or like student loan, or I know even the guy who started his own wholesaling course. Like literally is that quit his job, went completely. So this is one of the ways. It's still like one of the most common, but what's getting more popular a lot, this is our automatic modes, because we realize that not all people has time like you're a busy person. So like going and selecting the right leads, it's not for everyone. Even though it's cool, but we didn't want to just rely on notification and for people to have time and review. And it's still important to select right leads. Sometimes you can get on leads that are pristine condition homes. So you want to really assess that and to think, am I doing innovation exit strategy? Can I do this lead? Like, can I make a good deal on that? Because otherwise, if you just buy them randomly, you can end up just being frustrated. There is a still safety net because we improved our refund policy too, which I'm going to cover a little bit more. But when we talk about automatic modes, so there are three ways. Two are influenced by you. First one is nationwide leads, exclusive automatic nationwide leads coming from us. We ran a promotion like it was like as low as $59. I don't think we're repeating it anytime soon, but they typically range, up to $99. And they're hot exclusive just for you, automatic. You can just buy a bunch of them, start rolling. The cool thing about them that we would not like, most of them will be still in pretty decent areas, because even though we say it's nationwide, but we will still put more budgets in the areas where we have people that pay a big buck. So we still put more budgets there, so you end up most likely having even nationwide leads will be in pretty decent areas. So that's another thing you want to keep in mind. So nationwide is the first thing. Statewide leads is the second thing. Like it's the next level, because some people want to just, I'm fine doing the state, or I'm fine doing multiple states. And I would talk to people, I would advise them what might be, the better way of combining things. And the last way, it's like fixed price mode, which is on our website. Again, automatic. So automatic counties, you can select any counties in the nation. They are spread out, and but you can select a bunch of parameters. Let's say if you want to just get leads from 3 counties from Texas, 5 counties from California, 8 from 8 counties in Kansas, and you want to just get, let's say, pre-foreclosure, inherited, with 3 bedrooms, with this square footage, behind on mortgage, and only those leads, you can just program the system, put your budget, activate it, and start getting leads. Those will be, again, hot exclusive, automatic, just for you, and you just keep rolling. So the pricing will range like for statewide leads, typically like from $100 to $200. On fixed price mode regular is from $227 to $350, depending on number of parameters. So, and the good thing that, if you preload in advance, instead of like just, buying with your card, we also give you extra bonuses, like it's up to 10% in a lot of cases, all this type of stuff. So that's why we encourage everyone, before you spend. Right now we have a lot of availability for salespeople. We have a sales team like over 6 people right now. So we constantly talk to people. My phone number is available. So, you have a budget, doesn't matter what's your budget, put it together, come to us. We'll advise you the best way to do.
So Abel has a question here. He says, what is a reasonable startup amount to begin with SpeedToLead? So is it 2,000? Is it 5,000? What are you guys seeing that's like really working as far as like a startup budget?
Again, depending on and I don't want to be like, just not to be direct, but you can start with any amount with SpeedToLead, literally. And this is really cool thing about us. Just keep in mind, like on closing rates. So here are some stats. On fixed price mode, like or exclusive leads, our typical closing ratio is like from 1 out of 5. That's what I've heard, like the best team, up to like 1 out of 12, something in this range. So you can assess it based on your budget just to be on the fair side of that. With the new status, for example, where you can get them like lots of them at low budget, I heard different stories. I heard people that spend $1,000 got 3 contracts. Not uncommon. So there are ways how you can get it done. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard about the guy. His name is Curtis. I think he like spent with us probably up to 3K. He got 7 contracts.
Yeah.
Well, this is just
Here's the thing, Yuri. I mean, you talked about the coupon club, right? I mean, the best story that I think SpeedToLead has ever had on that world coupons that come out, right? Whatever. Y'all ran a promo. This is back in the day. Y'all don't do them this cheap anymore, but y'all ran a promo. Gene sent out an email like, hey, all the clearance leads. This is back in the day when y'all had clearance leads, right? I love the damn clearance leads. Those are for all the non-closers. They left them hanging for me, right? Y'all ran them for $1.
Yep.
$1. And one of our students went there and bought a lead in Arkansas for $1 and made $42,000.
so,
I mean, and listen, it doesn't matter about the $1. I mean, now if it's $9, $20, $100, it doesn't matter. The leads perform. And so, like to Abel's point there about, well, if you have the closing abilities, okay. Well, if you have that abilities and you have the ability to dispo deals, then if you could come in with $1,000 or $2,000, then you should be golden. You're going to get deals. If you only have $500, you can still do it. Like, and I have shown that before on these closer shows. So that's why I've always been such a big advocate for SpeedToLead. Kevin, one of our students, was like, I was buying them up when they were $1.
Dude, I'm the founder. I'm the co-founder, and I was buying them up.
I love it. So when we talk about the difference between like nationwide on these automated leads that come to your way and the statewide, what's the price difference between those, Yuri?
Yeah, well, nationwide as I shared. So with our like when we have some crazy promotions or you want to do like crazy volumes, it can be as low as like $59. I think that's the lowest we sold. Nationwide exclusive leads, hot. When we talk about statewide, the price varies depending on state. So it's in the range of like 99 up to $249 depending on the area. So, gotcha. But on average, it's probably around 150 if I look at that, because I know like Indiana will be $100, Texas is 150. I know you're from Texas, something in this range. If you get more of them, we can give like some discount on that too, or give you some extra bonus for the marketplace where you can get those new status leads for free, for example. So there are combinations.
Here's what I recommend to everyone that's interested in working SpeedToLead. And like I said, I'm going to call these leads later and show you why you should be interested. But at this point, you should just take my word for it. I've shown you enough. But if you haven't signed up yet, go sign up. Use the promo code Titanium. I think it gives you like $50 for free in your account or something like that. And then schedule a meeting with Yuri. It's right there on the site. Schedule the meeting and come to him and say, Yuri, I want to do deals in Florida, and I've got $1,000. And then Yuri's going to say, this is what we can do for you for $1,000. And like that's the best plan to do this. And then outside of that, always have the notifications set inside of the marketplace. There's no reason to not have those notifications set up where it's like, hey, if a deal pops up in Tampa and you're a buyer or you're the guy in Tampa, have that notification so you can instantly buy that lead.
And I just want to add to that. We actually ran some stats. If you save your own filter, like if you go and mess around with the filter and save the exact counties you want and like the exact parameters you want, and then turn on notifications, you can now turn on notifications for that specific filter. We actually see that those people are more successful and they close more inside of their CRM. They got the mini CRM that we've got there they set more of those statuses. But statistically, they do more deals, and I think it's because they actually know when the notification comes, like, hey, I designed that notification, I wanted those specific ones, so they actually care about it more and react to them more. So make sure to set up a filter and actually design it, and then get notifications to that filter for sure.
And you know what's another cool thing? Just so we don't forget to mention. So there were like two changes like that you can probably notice if anyone talks to us right now. First of all, again, thanks to everyone whoever came to us from boarding videos, because a lot of people share with us a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff just comes from me about different providers, and the way how they do things. They do cold call, direct mailing, all this type of stuff. So what we try to do, other than just, we will tell you why we think we are the best. We will tell you the best way to use your budget based on what we heard how other guys do successfully with us. It's not like I'll just say, and I'll give advice. I'll give honest advice. I'll tell you, hey, instead of spending $1,000 on 3 custom leads, just get, combination of this and that. At least that's what I would do. I'm not forcing you to do. But even when we talk about PPL platforms, like if you need advice or something like that, I can advise. I can refer to other vendor because I know guys. So I'll just say, this vendor is good for that. This one, but keep in mind that you need to keep in mind on this and these things. So the same stuff with other vendors, and I'll ask them how you like to spread it out, because you gotta be even-handed in a lot of cases. But one of the coolest things that I implemented when I joined, like we changed our refund policy. So I'm not sure if you are familiar, but right now we have 21 calendar days to ask for a refund with no requirements for any recordings, screenshots, or anything like that. So, and again, the reason why we did this, Gene, thanks for the approval. Probably you lost some money on that, but like ton of money. But
No, I don't consider it a loss. We're this platform. I mean, it's such a new model to this whole marketplace thing. It's such a new model. We're just like, hey, what's better for the customers? And it's a balance of like, hey, we got to make it not too relaxed for people so they don't just chill and then wait 3 days before calling that lead because they're scared of picking up the phone, because that happens. They've got to be in a good mood, and they got to, like Dan Pena. I don't know if you know Dan Pena. He's like, you got to be in a good mood, and you got to eat steak, and you got to see your girlfriend and do the boom boom with her, just to, so the planets have to align just the right way, just for you to make the damn goddamn phone call. And so there's people like that. Like we gotta balance that with a good user experience where it's like, all right, what's reasonable, and then also make some money in the middle, right? So yeah, that's the way I see it. Is we're just finding that balance, and we do it by listening to people, listening to feedback.
But a good thing, but again, we didn't do it just necessarily because we are nice guys. But what we noticed from our research, and again, we have like over 20,000 registered users, like, and probably up to 5,000 people ever bought leads with us, and probably a couple of hundred gave us some feedback. What I noticed when I was reviewing those refund cases, when I heard about previous experiences, the shorter time you give for refund, the worse they do. Because instead of just being focused on, okay, RJ, train me on that, this is my script, this is how I'm gonna do, I want to read information, I want to adjust in a way, not to just sound scripted dumb. So instead of just attacking the lead and doing your best, staying persistently, what people start doing, they try to do quickly, they rush because they feel like there is a pressure to find out quickly if the lead is good or bad, and come back to ask for refund till the time is up. So, and I was like, being in sales like for 10 years, I just know it's just extra pressure on sales guys is never good in these terms. So that's why I told, okay, whatever. And it's not uncommon for us. It's not one of the still popular reasons I cannot get a hold of anyone. I would still get people that they can get a hold of people. Just spoke to the dude last week. On 17th day, he finally talked to the lady. She had some family issues. She was like trying to resolve them, but he still got a hold of her, closed the deal, 40K profit. So, but this was possible, and he was keep pounding. I think he even reached out to us like after 2 weeks or something. We told, yeah, try me for a couple of days. Like it's still 21 days. So, and come back to us. So, and the reasons, like, again, no requirements for recordings or anything like that. We even would still give you a refund. Let's say the case when it's ridiculous motivation or like no motivation. The dude wants like double price on his house and says, right, oh, I just want to see how much my house will cost. Okay, that's not real motivation. So I really want people to find it out on the 5th day, and we'll say, oh, sorry, you're out of time. So that's one of the cool things I think we have that really gives you the safety net, especially if you're concerned, oh, like, I don't want to pay for the lead or custom lead like $200 or something because it's scary. Don't be scared and get a refund. Just get another one. And
so no matter what, like if you can't get a hold of someone in 21 days, you guys will refund that.
right. I mean, try 20 days.
You don't even have to wait 21 days. If you triple dial them 3 times on like a couple different days during different times of the day, like there's no need to wait 21 days. It's just we're willing to wait up to 21 days.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
But to y'all's point, I mean, and I use this as an example at our closers formula, that just because you're buying an inbound lead does not necessarily mean that guarantees that person's going to answer the phone immediately. Who here has ever filled out a form on the internet and then they got a call the next day and they're like, shit, I don't want to answer that phone now. That was something I was doing last night. It's our job to follow up consistently. And I have a YouTube video where the name of the video is The Greatest Seller of All Time. I called her for 2 weeks straight, every single day, and I left her a voicemail. She answers the phone on the beginning of the 3rd week, and she goes, oh, RJ, I love your voice. I look forward to your voicemails every day. Your voice is magical. And I said, why haven't you answered the phone? And she said, because I loved your voicemail so much. And then we finally went through it, and I bought her house, and we closed the deal, and we made 20 grand. So it's like, that's part of our job is to do that follow-up, not blame like the lead provider because, hey, I didn't get an answer in 2 weeks. It's like, that's just part of the game. So in my opinion, it's like, hey, let's not abuse that. We don't want SpeedToLead to change it in 6 months. It's great that y'all are offering it, but let's work those 20 days. And then we don't have anything going, then utilize the refund policy. That's my opinion.
No, that's the whole reason. Like, we want to give more time. We want people to be focused on really getting the job done. And also, as we give, different types of leads that fit everyone. So it's just, I always ask when I meet people, I would say, okay, and I had actually just a couple of guys from your team coming to me and they just discussed. Thank you for that, though, by the way. So everyone is saying hi. And but I would ask them, so they would tell me, hey, I want to do nationwide. I do all of these things, and I'll tell them some of the things, but I'll ask them some of the questions. Okay, how much time you have in a day? So he'll tell me, oh, I have a full-time job. Well, I do business in the morning. Like, I have like 4 or 5 hours. So it immediately tells me that for him to sit on the marketplace, select the lead, and even though they can be cheap, and very, very affordable, I still suggest, look at what you select and how you attack them, because you want to still have some preparation level. So even though it doesn't matter what the price is, because it improves your chances to win. But the more affordable it is, the more persistent you need to be. So this is where a combination I'll find between time, money, and combination of, what's the best way for you to get the deals with us.
RJ,
any advice on leads that don't pick up the phone or text? Well, first and foremost, leave a voicemail every single time you call. Okay. Explain who you are and what you're calling for. Hey, I saw that you filled out a form on my website and you're looking to sell that property. Please give me a call back. Do not use the word offer. Okay. If you use the word offer, it's going to completely ruin our entire formula. Second, if after 2-3 days they have not answered the phone, shoot them a text message and say, hey, give me a call. If they don't respond to that, start calling from a different phone number. Like, surely you have a spouse or a friend or somebody's cell phone that you can use. Try a different phone number and see if you get a response that way. At the end of the day, they have to respond one way or another. We can't force them to. There's not like a secret way to get them to respond. So it's just about consistently following up, letting them know, and turning on the lights as best as possible to get them to respond to us.
Right. And generally, actually, I hear also that people that are more creative with their openings, they do better too. For example, like 2 cases I'll give. And in our case, it kind of helps too if you can be more focused on the seller in your opening, or like on just creating a better image by yourself. Like, for example, lead was purchased 5 times. I asked the dude like closed 200K in profits total, really. Like, but he did like 2 wholesale deals and 1 flip. Preston, hello. So so I asked, so how do you get a hold of it? He said, I don't care if it's like 7 people bought it. When I call, if they're still not under contract, I just say, hey, this is so and so. They typically reach out to me when the other guys cannot get the deal done. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Right.
So what's the story? And can you imagine how hard it is to call after this guy, for example? So after you already establish his credibility, same as with the opening call. So in our case, because we use different platforms, this is another cool thing about us, that we added lots of different sources for leads. So we always look for, and we do everything in-house, and we always look for the best way of, where we can get the best quality, price, affordability, and to our clients. So you guys know we do Google PPC, so SEO discovery, it's Performance Max now. So we would, get the form, people feel it, we would verify.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. This is another big thing. So people like that stuff a lot. So we are big on that right now.
TikTok coming up, Twitter ads coming up, and some TV ads are coming up.
Yeah, just had a meeting today about TV ads. Facebook is a part of us. We also call, we also text, and you can see this information in advance. So in our case, because sometimes when you tell people, hey, you fill the form on my website, on someone's website, and you have all this type of form, you can get confused. I noticed the guys that say something like, hey, I'm so-and-so with this company. I got the information that you potentially might be interested in cash offer. Let's have a quick discussion. So I'm a local investor at your area, and what's your price? Like, I know that you like this opening, and I actually very liked it a lot. I this is one of the things that I never thought by myself as a sales guy, but when I watched a couple of your videos, you opening was like right away. So how much do you want for that? And after that, position yourself like they need you more than you need them. I think this is a big thing. This is one of the things I tell to people. This is what I tell to my guys, even at the sales team, when we give advice, because I think a lot of them is, so it should be this balance of confidence that you have, but also in the same time, you gotta be, polite, empathetic, because there are different cases. In a lot of cases, we talk to who? People that have some issues or troubles. So you gotta be in the balance of helping them out, but in the same time, you gotta, make what makes the most sense. So that's why, again, it's shout out to you, like really helpful. So that's
hey, you got to understand, my audience has no problem asking the awkward questions. First comment in there, where's Liam? I mean, it was like right out of the gates. Like, 5th question, are you guys better and more affordable than LeadZolo? Like, damn, man, can y'all like chill for a second? Like, we're over here trying to like explain this shit. Like, all right, so let me explain something. Is SpeedToLead better than LeadZolo? They're 2 different companies. They do 2 different things. They have 2 different offerings. Like, let's chill on this, okay? That's like saying, is Privy better than PropStream on comps? No, they're just because they're in the same field does not mean one is better than the other. I have used SpeedToLead since 2021, okay? There has never been a moment in which I regretted using SpeedToLead, okay? I have used LeadZolo for about the past year. There has never been a moment that I have regretted using LeadZolo, okay? Now, what is funny about this is we did have a deal where SpeedToLead and LeadZolo generated the exact same lead for me. Now, that was funny. That has only happened once, and I thought that was hilarious, but it is a testament to, hey, what you guys are doing, right? Y'all are running PPC. They're running those YouTube ads. Y'all have YouTube ads now yourselves. But I don't want to sit here and get into this who's better than the other. There's different offerings. There's different price points. Like Yuri said, hey, come to me. He's going to ask you questions about what's your budget, your timeline. When are you available? Okay, this is how SpeedToLead can help you. Have a meeting with LeadZolo. See if they can do the same thing for you. If they can't, then go with SpeedToLead. My personal opinion is, and I did this yesterday, I had a gentleman that paid me $3,000 for 3 hours of my time. We got on the phone. We only spent 1 hour. Okay. I told him, hey, bro, you could cash in your other 2 hours at another time. But in that hour, what I told him is you need to take half of your budget and spend it with SpeedToLead. You need to take your other half of your budget and spend it on LeadZolo. And whichever one performs better, whichever company you like, whichever customer service you like better, eventually take that entire budget and push it there and be all in vendor. But at the end of the day, this is why I had an entire video about this with the titanium fleet. We use batch, we use PropStream, and we use Privy for comps. I pull list on PropStream and I pull list on batch. I get inbound leads from SpeedToLead and LeadZolo. I'm not all in on all this shit. I mean, bro, I love Gene, but I can't put my whole life and my whole business on the fact that Gene's going to provide me leads. So that's why I have cold callers. That's why I pull data. That's why I get leads from other sources. This is how you guys should be running your business. So it's not about who's better. Just get the damn leads and close them. Focus on that. I'm proving to you guys that these leads work. That's why we want to do these lives, not to say who's better than another company. Gina, I know you've probably got something you want to say about that.
If I may, Jim, can I?
I really don't. I think you should care about anyone who's wondering about that. Obviously, like out of respect for RJ having relationships with both companies that are being asked for, I'm not gonna comment the damn thing on the live with RJ because I respect this guy too much to do any comment. Obviously, I'm a competitive ass dude, but I think you should worry more about the fact that you should be better. You're the one that should be better. Look, if you can, I've watched RJ, and I'm telling this to people on our onboarding webinars now. I've watched RJ, and I'm like, dude, if you can't do the novation, if you can't do the cash deal, if you're not gonna flip it, have a freaking realtor on speed dial and live transfer the damn call. Like, don't send it to your realtor that you barely know, that you've never bought, champagne for or anything like that. Like, have it be the realtor you like got shitty with or something like that. And live transfer the damn call right there. I've watched RJ do it right on our live stream. When the seller's like, no, this is retail. RJ went and got Cassie, and they had the live thing right on the show. She jumped on and started talking to the seller. It was amazing. It was incredible. I was like, and that's when it clicked for me. I was like, dude, if you're gonna transfer to a realtor, you gotta freaking like live transfer, because then it's gonna get lost, or they're gonna be like, no, I have a realtor. Everybody's got a realtor. Everybody
Gene,
knows.
this is so funny. This is hilarious that you're saying this. This is literally what I told that guy yesterday. I said, okay, he wants leads. Yuri, you might have already met with him. Billy, did you meet with Billy yet?
We have a meeting today, actually tonight.
So he wants leads in San Diego, Denver, Phoenix, and Boise. And I was like, dude, I'm just letting you know, like, if you get leads in San Diego, you're going to get some that the margins are going to be too tight for it to be a wholesale deal, but you can monetize it for a novation. You can monetize it for a retail listing. Do you have a realtor? He's like, yeah, I've got a realtor. Boom. This is how you monetize these leads. So to your point, Gene, I absolutely agree. Be better at closing and have more opportunities to close deals. Yuri, you had something to say about this topic.
I felt like I didn't just want to pass it quickly on the topic, but from my side, I'll just say this the stuff that I told you in the beginning, and if you call me directly, I can tell you a ton of reasons why you're better. But right now, I'm just going to tell, it's not uncommon for me to say, for some party, especially when there are guys just, I want just leads in this one county, and probably they never watched RJ, but I want to just do one county, one area, and I see like in marketplace, we'll have like, 10 or 15 leads max. For fixed price mode, doing customization, it's not the high volume. And he would say, oh, I'm thinking about LeadZolo, you, I'm saying do both. I'm saying, because both of us still probably have a little bit different lead flows, so you can get both, you can get more volume. And this is what is the cool thing about those PPL platforms. And even in terms of like splitting, sometimes you will get way more success with us. Sometimes you might get way more success with LeadZolo. Sometimes it's about just the time period, like, the season, and sometimes even it's about the areas. So there are lots of things, but the only thing that I know that just the difference, and that's why I kind of emphasize on that. And if you guys from LeadZolo are watching, you should improve on that. It will make life for everyone better. Refund policy. Yeah. So this is just a huge difference. So
I
again,
agree. That is a huge difference for you that you guys
I
have.
can go into little details why we are better, like all the ways how you can interact with us. But I know this is one of the things that people would say with LeadZolo is getting, tougher.
Look at that. 2 deals out of 11 leads. Those are the KPIs you were just talking about, Yuri. You said 1 out of 5. That's 1 out of every 5.5 leads.
And this is actually it's from the deal of national leads. Hey, Rick. So, and yeah,
Congratulations, man. That's incredible. Nice.
At least one of them was novations. So,
dude, Yuri, this is the first time you and I have been live together and interacted. The thing I love about it is you remind me a lot of myself and how well you are remembering like people and that your customers and like, hey, he bought this type of package. This is what happened. It's a novation. Like, dude, I love that about you just right out of the gates, how engaged you are with your customers. That's a big deal. Like, you're the guy that everyone talks to when they come to SpeedToLead and say, hey, this is what I want to do. It seems like that's very important to you to like maintain understanding that your clients are successful.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on talking, but thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. But yeah, from my side, I'm just from the old school industry, supermarket industry, actually. Albertsons in Dallas was one of our biggest clients. So, and we've been always big on, training people. And when you're managing team, like I have like 6 people, for me to tell them how they need to do, I need to know the stuff.
Yeah.
So, and even when they go for some meetings, they have some meetings, I would still jump in. I would still meet. I would just say hi, if I'm available. Sometimes, like right now in life, I put everything on mute. I don't want anyone to write to me about any single case. And sometimes I get involved with customer success stuff, even though we have 2 separate customer success managers for every product, and they really take care of our clients. So we really try to, and that's one of the things that's been actually different about SpeedToLead, because some of the people that stopped using us, we would talk to them and they would say, oh, I had this issue or that issue. Okay, so who did you tell it to? Oh, no one. I just couldn't find the phone number, or there was no phone number, or I didn't talk to anyone. So I was like, so right now, if you go to our platform, there is like support phone number in the top, my direct phone number in the top, starts with 254. So, you can chat with us, you can send us emails. You probably can, if you have like very big experience, you can write to Gene on Facebook. So, and he'll like kick some asses. And so yeah, we are very approachable right now, and that's what helped us, to improve, fairly quickly, and we, keep rolling and adding more things, and yeah, we're excited moving forward. But knowledge, a lot of stuff that you guys shared, like even your clients, people from different markets. I know that California is tougher, but I know that sometimes that you might be having more struggles on getting cool leads. But when you get a really good lead in California, this is actually one of the biggest deals I've heard.
Yeah.
So $500,000 deal or something like that. It's more common to come from California rather than from Kansas or something. So that even though you can close more deals in Kansas, but they'll be smaller. So there are different ways how you can do things. But exit strategies is one of the big things where Gene is pitching, and we heard a lot of guys have success with that.
Love that. So listen, I've been with you guys for 3 years now. I've closed hundreds and hundreds of deals that have come from SpeedToLead. But Gene, I want to do it now. I want to close the deal now. So I mean,
this is what I came for. This is what I came for. Is some of that, and I know there's people in the RJ's like,
bro, hold on, look at this, $500,000 assignment fee.
Jeannie.
Yeah, this is from California. Hey, Jeannie, we just talked today.
So. This is why people shouldn't be scared of California and the price points.
And man, I'm gonna have to stop making fun of California if people are making $500,000 assignment fees. I make fun of it too much. They don't like me out there. All right, what am I calling on today, Gene? You got anything for me, or am I picking some old stuff?
No, man. Take the freshest stuff, man. And do you wanna do it from your account or from
whatever you want me to do, bro? I just want to talk. Just give me one seller. That's what I need.
Okay, all right. I'm
This is
gonna
gonna
drop
be the one call.
dope. Okay, I got you. I got you, man. You mind if I
You want to put couple together, and
you
can
mind?
I,
Yeah,
can I,
I'm a let's pick it out. Let's pick it out. RJ likes it. RJ likes to select his stuff.
Oh my God, Greenville, Texas. Look at that. Hold on, bro. Oh, where did that Greenville, Texas go? The guy I literally just interviewed, McLean Bobbitt in Greenville, Texas today on my podcast.
Oh wow.
He's like the mayor of Greenville, Texas, and he was on my podcast this morning.
Nice.
I will call him and sell him the house. I will dispo it today.
Okay, all right.
Let's do it, bro. That's my lead.
Let's do it. Here's the thing. I want to just explain real quick. Just, so this type of lead, you can see we have all kinds of lead sources and lead channels. This is the crazy thing about iSpeed and about this game in general. So we have one type of lead that's called follow-up PPC lead. These are leads that weren't bought exclusively, let's say a month ago or 2 months ago. And so we do a follow-up campaign. And then the folks that are now showing more signs of selling, and they're still selling, obviously, this type of lead, RJ, has a higher contract rate than YouTube, than Google, than Facebook, than any of them. It's the follow-up lead.
Yeah.
And these are like, yeah, so, and of course, it's probably because they're filtered out, like all the other stuff that's dropped out, and these people are now even more mature to sell, but somehow, some way,
I think it's because they at some point in time have to like come to grips that whatever they were originally doing was not going to work. So maybe like last month they wanted 150,000, but they got told 100,000 by 5 different people, and now no one's talking to them anymore because they told everyone go away. Now all of a sudden they're gonna be like, well, could you do 110? You know, like now they started to have the real conversations about like, hey, we're gonna have to come to grips with this.
Yeah. And RJ, just want to show you a cool thing. Thought you might think it's cool. So now on some of the leads, you'll see a little thing here, and it says appointment times with the seller. So we actually, at the last stage of the funnel, we're telling the seller, hey, pick a time between the next from between 8 hours from now and a week from now. Pick a time when you're going to be home with your phone and you're going to be able to do a video call to show the house remotely. And so we do that for 2 reasons. Number one, to increase their commitment with this funnel that they've just entered their information into, and also to basically like, you're going to feel a lot more satisfaction when you are like, all right, I didn't just go and enter my house information to get an offer, but I also set an appointment. Now I can really tell my wife like, hey, I've done my job here. I'm honey, you asked me to do this house thing, this cash offer thing. I done did it, and I like really did it. You know what I mean? So, and also we're trying to get them not exit our funnel for a longer time and sit there and pick out the time and think about it and blah blah blah. So then they don't go to another form and enter another form, right? So multiple reasons, but we're like, hey, we're gonna throw it up here with the actual appointment time. Once you call the seller, obviously you gotta see if that's maybe a better time works for y'all.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm gonna give you that Greenville. Let me drop that in the chatty chat here,
Bro. This is gonna be filthy if I get this and then call McLean. Listen, this is how cool this would be. McLean now runs a 7-figure wholesaling, flipping, rental business, okay? And what got him started into real estate was listening to my podcast back in 2018. So he listened to it on his way to his W-2. He listened to the Titanium Vault, and then he quit his job in like 2019, 2020, and now he's running a 7-figure business. He's crushing it in Greenville, Texas. And then we go live the same day I release this podcast, and the first lead that pops up is Greenville, Texas. I'm closing this. I'm just saying this. The seller better answer the damn phone.
Gotcha. Just keep in mind we do have a note on that lead that they so we've started actually filtering some stuff, and when a lead is like when they're close to market price, we actually disclose that on the lead card itself. So we're just trying to get even more and more transparent. So RJ, let me know if you can see the info.
Yeah, I got it.
It's Jose, and it's the first number that you're calling, the 9814.
Yep, got it.
Look at his email there.
Fat Albert, huh?
Okay, I gotta admit, I forgot all about Fat Albert. I thought it said fatal.
Straight to voicemail on it, like
Oh,
as
no.
if it's not on.
He did answer our text, but yeah, let's keep going.
Let me leave him a voicemail. Hey Jose, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there at Hillcrest. You had entered it on our website a while back saying that you were interested in selling that property. If you could, give me a call back, 817-710-8689. Thank you.
I got the next one for you coming right up. And her name, and I'm gonna think that it's a her, is Liberty in Washington. It's tenant occupied. It's mobile home owned land. So let's go for that one.
So that she does own the land.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Those are actually, I see those there's a lot of deals with those because those people are usually kind of careless about their price.
Right.
Please leave your message for Seahorse Industries.
That was weird. It was like a business number. I called the 4405. That's the first number, right?
Correct. Yep, that's the one.
Let me try it again.
Please leave your message for
You know what? While you're looking up, I have there's a lead I want to follow up with that I bought a long time ago. I just thought about it. I'm gonna find that one.
And then I got another Washington State. That's Everett, Washington, right outside Seattle. That's got a bunch of repairs needed here. And
Yeah,
it's
dang,
another.
Gene, you got some people on here watching, man.
Dude, I invited everybody.
You sent some emails out, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Dude, 180. Oh, dude. It's quite a bit.
That's what I was saying. You got more people on here than the Closers Olympics, bro.
Business hours too. Oh, this is, you know what? That's true. Very true. So yes, and thank you everybody who's watching this and catching
Right.
up on what we've got going on.
It's thanks to my teammates. You send like 10,000 texts just in an hour. So.
Hey, I think we send out 10,000 every hour with our notifications. And I did queue up the next one, RJ, for you. RJ, you know what's crazy? RJ, you're not gonna believe this. So we run this ad where it's it was a show. It was RJ it was Munif, it was Liam, and it was
Oh, bro,
myself.
I see it all the time. It's got like 400,000 views on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, really? It's got that. Nice. That's awesome. But you know what? You know what's really crazy is that so we did edit it. It's an ad, right? So we edited out the boring stuff from the call and kind of just kept like the to the point stuff. And, and the funny thing is that um, a lot of people, not a lot of people, there's quite a few people that are like, this can't be real. This call is scripted. And we're showing RJ's picking out the lead and everything. And it's like, it's like,
I know.
this
I'm like,
is
dude,
scripted.
it would have been harder for us to make that scripted and like act it out than it'd be real life. I'm like, I'm not that good of an actor.
I thought about when I read that, I was like, I thought about it. You know what? That wouldn't be a terrible idea. Just for the content, just for the game.
Right.
But I'm like, man, I was like, that's kind of sad. This was actually like a really good call. Wichita Falls got coming up for you.
Hi, it's Brittany there. Hi, Brittany. This is RJ Bates. I was calling about your property on Hoyt Avenue. Looks like I had your information here saying that you were interested in selling that property. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. How much are you looking to get for it?
I'm not really sure right now. I'm kind of just trying to figure out what to do next. I'm in the middle of divorce and possibly moving to Texas, and so I'm considering selling. And I saw your ad. Like, let's give it a shot and see what they got going.
I got you. Well, funny enough, you filled out an ad for a guy that lives in Texas that buys houses all across the country, and you said you might want to be moving to Texas. So, what part of Texas would you want to move to?
We're probably moving to. Well, my boyfriend lives in Houston, so.
Gotcha. So I'm in Fort Worth, but I have a lot of connections down in Houston, so we might be able to help you down there, finding a place if that's something you need. As far as your property on Hoyt Avenue here, what you got going on there? Is it in good condition? Does it need work? What does it look like?
So it needs a little bit of work. I would say that like the exterior paint needs to probably be redone. And one thing is in March, I believe we're going to be. Well, I just ripped up all of the carpets throughout the house. The stairs were painted. There were like 15 layers of paint on it. So I stripped all of that, and I've been refinishing the hardwoods and the stairs. The bathroom probably needs to be redone upstairs and downstairs. They need some paint, but I think that I can probably work on the paint front in the meantime because I'm about to be laid off. So I'm going to have some free time.
Gotcha. Okay. So mainly just like cosmetic stuff, but I mean, structural wise and everything, it's in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, structurally it's great. We just replaced the furnace, so that's brand new.
Gotcha. How long have you owned it? Since 2017?
Yep, that's when I bought it.
Gotcha. All right. So if we were to come to terms on a number today, what does your timeline look like? I mean, is that like you're not even sure if you want to sell it, you're not even sure you want to move or not, or is it like, hey, for sure I'm moving, and if you gave me a good number, like I'm out of here in 30 days? Is that kind of the situation?
Well, okay, so I do have a roommate, and so I would need to give her probably at least 60 days to figure something out. But I am absolutely ready to sell and move, but I do think it would probably be 3-ish months ideally, because I've got to figure out, my kid's finishing out school for this year.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that's one of the benefits of working with us is that we can kind of close on your time frame. I'm not an owner occupant, so it's not like I need to be, buying the house in a certain time frame or anything like that. If you need 90 days, that's fine with us. If you need 120 days, we can make that work as well. So
awesome. I really appreciate the flexibility.
yeah, that's with us, there's no realtor commissions. We cover the closing costs. We could close on your timeline. So those are like some of our biggest benefits, right? Is that we make it easy for you, and we understand that life happens. It sounds like, the job situation and divorce and moving. I mean, that's a hell of a move all the way from Washington State to Texas. So understand that that's a big change in your life. So I'm seeing 3-bed, 1.5 bath. Is that correct?
Yeah, and then I will say this, there is a 600 square foot attic. He did hang most of the drywall up there. It needs to be like putty and be shaped up just a little bit, but if you could add a staircase and like auxiliaries or whatever the heck they're called, like emergency escape ladders, it could easily have another 2 bedrooms and probably a bathroom up there. Additionally, where the house is located is going to be just blocks from where the light rail is eventually built. And so that's going to be a couple blocks away, I think like 3 or 4 blocks, making it very accessible to downtown Seattle.
Gotcha. So in this scenario, like to move and to get out from underneath this, do you have a certain dollar amount, not necessarily for the house, but like that you need like in your pocket? Because there's a lot of different ways that we can buy real estate. So there could be creative ways, or they could just be the straight cash way. Is there a certain dollar amount that you're looking to get just like net to you?
There's not right now. My ex-wife was trying to fight for a house. I'm dealing with all of that, even though I bought the house independently before we got married. And so my boyfriend is just like covering all of my costs when it comes to moving down here. So I'm not like cash starved or anything in the meantime.
Gotcha. All right. So let me ask you this, because I've asked you 2 ways. I'll ask you a third way. If I give you an offer, do you have a number in mind that you're going to say yes to, or are you still going to be thinking about it?
I'm probably still going to be thinking about it, if only because I'm going to want to like talk to my daughter and talk to my like family about it just a little bit.
Right.
I'm kind of just ready to get out of there in general. So.
Right. So the reason why I'm asking the way I'm asking is because I mean it is going to be a fairly significant amount that I would be offering you, and I don't want to like leave that offer on the table for an extended period of time, because as soon as I get off the phone with you, I'm going to be calling another person and making them an offer, and I'm not full of money bags over here. So it's like I get scared when I see this price point, and I make those sizable offers, and I don't have an idea of like how long it is that you need to think about. Because I wouldn't want you to like call me back 2 weeks from now and say, "Hey, RJ, I'm ready to accept your offer," and then I've already purchased 2 other houses, and it's like, okay, well, you made like life decisions based off an offer I made you, but now I can't perform on it. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense, and it wouldn't be very long. Like I'm a very quick moving person. I've got ADHD. Like if I accept your offer, you'll hear back from me in a couple of days.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then let's get serious about it. Let's see what we can do here. So mainly cosmetics is what we're looking at as far as repairs needed. Is there anything else that I need to know about the house in regards to that would like make a difference to what I would offer you?
I mean, I told you about the light thing. The only thing that I can think of is the windows are kind of thin. I think they're single pane. They're a little bit old. They probably need replacing.
Okay.
Other than that, like you kind of lucked out because we've got great neighbors now. But when I first moved in, there was an abandoned house next door that was kind of a drug house, and that was a nightmare. And I had to live next to that for 3 years. So.
Oh, geez.
It was awful. There were squatters in there constantly and cops all the time. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. So based off of what you told me, I'm anticipating somewhere around like 40 to 50,000 in repairs. Does that sound accurate to get it to like 2024 standards?
I think it could probably be less, but I mean, it depends on, you know, what
Right.
you're all planning to do with it. Yeah.
The windows kind of made me feel like I was probably leaning closer to like 45,000.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just because.
If you need a deal on windows, though,
Okay. So based off of that, I would probably be somewhere in the mid threes. And that would be cash. That would be net to you. That would cover the closing costs. The only thing that would come out of that would be you would cover prorated taxes.
okay. Unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna work at all. My ex-wife is asking for $70K, and that would be, could be, I don't know what else I could quote on the house. Let me check real quick.
Probably somewhere around 275.
Somewhere around there, probably, yeah.
So why does she think that she is like due 70,000 if that's not what the house is gonna be worth?
Because she's a narcissist and has her head up her ass.
Well, at least you told me the truth. I mean, and I know a couple of people like that too myself. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're only getting that, I mean, why wouldn't she get closer to like 30 to 35? She can't like demand that you give her all the money, you know?
Well, and I put $50K down on the house cash, so that's going to be subtracted from whatever she gets. So that would basically leave her with nothing. And I think that, you know, she would throw a fit about that. So that's where I'm at when it comes to that. Okay.
So what I'm seeing is like if the house was completely fixed up, it could probably be worth like 535.
Yep.
And then we put like 45,000 into it. So if I were to pay you 350 and then I put the 45 into it, and then when I sell it on the backside, I'm going to have the realtor commissions and the closing costs and all that. I also have the closing costs when I close with you. And then I'm going to have holding costs when I own it while I'm fixing it up. That would leave me right around like 13% profit on my money, which is getting pretty close to like about as low as we can go. Like,
Okay.
because that's leaving me 70,000 in profit, but that has me, you know, putting out like 400 something thousand dollars at risk. And that's if everything goes perfect, you know. I mean, what if something goes wrong? What if, you know, we have an election in 2024 and our economy goes down? You know, I mean, it's worth 535 now, but I mean, we saw, you know, a year ago how prices just tanked because of interest rates. So there is like risk that goes along with it. So, and I think this is going to be a common fear of like the majority of investors that you talk to that are going to be making cash offers. We're probably all going to be somewhere in that same range.
I totally understand that. Okay, so unfortunately, I think I probably need to talk to my lawyer a little bit more and try to get my ex-wife to agree to a mediation. And honestly, these numbers will kind of probably help me get her to back off a little bit. And just be like, hey, like if you really want me to turn around and sell this now without doing the work myself to fix this up, you're looking at making $0.
And the other thing that I would be willing to do to help you in that circumstance is actually write up a contract for 350,000. So instead of it just being like your word, you could present the actual offer to her in paper and say, hey, this is what we're being offered right now, cash, and we can walk away and we can be done. Do you want to come up with some sort of agreement on how the money is split up based off of this? And the other thing about it is I mean, I see 535, 536, 539. I mean, everything is in that like 535 range. So I do feel pretty confident in that 350 number. I would just say if that were to help you, that would be something I would be willing to do, is actually write up that contract so you can send it to her. And if that helps you at all.
Yeah, that would be amazing, just to like show like, hey, we're not going to make any money off of this if you're trying to force me to sell right now.
Because I mean, if you did do that and you walked away with 75,000, you're taking your 50 off to the top, so there's 25 left. Y'all split that 12.5, 12.5. I mean, is that 62.5 enough for you?
Would it be? Sorry.
You would walk away with like 62,000.
Yeah, that's only 12K more than I put down on the house, which is like a jack.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Unfortunately, she's walking away with another 12 herself, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I do think that if this goes to trial, that she won't walk away with a single penny. And then I would definitely want to talk again and try to like consider your offer, because that would be worth it to me.
Do you want me to talk to a realtor in the location and see what they can sell it for as is, based off of the information that you've given me, and see if it could net you more, even if you do have to pay realtor commissions?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Truthfully, like I'm open to anything. I just need to figure out what's the actual next best step for me, and how do I show to lawyers, hey, you're not going to make any money off of this if you're working for my ex-wife pro bono.
So what I can do is have the cash offer for you, which it sounds like that's not enough money, but I could go talk to a local realtor in the area that I know that we would be using on the backside after we fix it up, and just say, hey, here's the situation. Here's the condition. If you were to list it, what would be that price? And then we can reverse engineer. Because like, say, let me do some math here real quick. Say they say you could get, I don't know, 435 on the market. Where's my calculator? There it is. So 435. You're probably going to be getting an additional $55,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's enough to move the needle. Now that's just me throwing out a rough number, right?
Yeah.
But that's you essentially discounting the house from full market value, $100,000 based off of the condition. Is there someone in that area that would come along as an owner occupant and say, I'd rather buy this house for 435 and fix it up over the course of time myself, because I'm not paying 535, I'm getting the house for 435, and that my mortgage is lower and it's better for me.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So I think, let me talk to that realtor. When would be a good time for me to call you back? Is it later today, or is it better to call you tomorrow?
Anytime is fine. I work from home and I'm kind of on a totally flexible schedule, so you can just call whenever.
Okay. But yeah, let me give her a shout and see what she says, and have her do some due diligence on it, and then I'll give you a call back and let you know, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Well, that was a good case study for what we were talking about earlier about, hey, you better have a realtor on speed dial, and ready to go to help out these sellers.
Yeah, that's what guys actually acknowledge, like the way how you like moved around the call and educated the seller as well. I mean, this is why that's why we want to learn from RJ, because it's not like, and you can be easy and simple. A lot of people just can't have my script, they just try to rotate, but you'll miss out on a lot of great deals, and you'll hear the stories about the guy who called after you and closed the deal. So it wouldn't be uncommon, it's just one of the, and you know how frustrating it is, when somebody's closing the deal that you could close.
Yeah. Well, in that call, that was tough. That's one of the tougher types of leads right there, because she didn't have an asking price. She wouldn't give it to us, but she was highly distressed. So this is the scenario in which, hey, motivation exists, but we don't know what the number's going to be. So eventually I did what I don't like to do, which is I made an offer. I gave a range, hey, mid threes, and then I just settled on 350. And then explain what that looked like to her. She didn't even know how much she owed on her mortgage. I had to tell her how much she owed on her mortgage, right? But at the end of the day, once she said no to the offer, then we were able to at least continue the conversation to offer different solutions and potentially monetize that, right? So,
No,
all right, let's get this one here in Texas.
and I'll look around too to add some more.
I'm sorry that I did not get this message, but please give me a brief encounter of what you need to get a hold of me or text me back. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Esther. This is RJ Bates calling about your property there on Emily Drive. I have your information here that you're interested in selling that property. So if you could, give me a call back at 817-710-8689. Thank you. Oh, man. That one, it says the husband abandoned her. She is highly motivated. That's a very motivated seller right there. All right.
What do you call like twice in when you reach out?
No, I don't like doing the double dials because it can like trigger an emotional reaction
Irritation. Okay.
from the seller. And also, I know I'm going to continue to call them. So I will call them a couple hours from now.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 21. It's not available. Record your message. Finish the call. You may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there on Brenda Hirsch Drive. You had entered this on my website, I believe, saying that you need to sell that property. So if you could, give me a call back at 817-710-8689. Thank you. Gene, you want to come back? Gene, I brought you back. Gene ain't paying attention.
He's probably looking for more leads. So
Probably.
trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Vanessa, this is RJ Bates calling about your property on Sheridan Road. You had reached out to us about selling that property. So if you could give me a call back at 817-710-8689. Thank you. Woo, Lubbock, Texas. That's where I got my deal to win the Closers Olympics.
Is it like 8 hours drive from Texas?
Say what?
Is it 8 hours drive from Dallas?
No, it's like 4 or 5.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't type it fast enough.
The subscriber you have done.
Man, I need to get better at reading these damn numbers in this chat. Keep typing in the wrong number. Hello? This is Joy. Well, that was weird. Did you hear her answer?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Please leave your message for 806.
Hey, so Daniel wants to know the package pricing. Daniel, are you talking about the nationwide, statewide? What do you mean the package pricing?
Yeah, just can you put my phone number in? I can put it in the comments, right?
Yeah, you can put it in. Hello?
Or is it your echo? No, there's someone.
It's so weird. What is happening over here? Why are people's phones being weird? It's because they know we're live.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
How accurate are these leads? when it comes to numbers. It's whatever numbers people plug into the website, and then they're verified.
Please leave your message for Seymour.
So it's pretty accurate. How do y'all verify those numbers, Yuri?
Yeah, we would skip trace them. Also, when people would fill the form, we would send them a text to get a response. We'd also dial them at least once. If they pick up the phone, we'll talk, just confirm information that we have a partner, like we're buying locally houses. If you cannot get a hold of people, but as long as it's not disabled, we'll pass the ball, because we don't want to delay the time between us passing the lead to you. So that's where the verification goes. But either way, like worst case scenario, if somehow whatever happens, you cannot get a hold of people, just ask for a refund.
Your call has been forwarded to it.
So why not pitch Novation on the last call? What says I didn't pitch Novation on that last call? What I said is let me call my local realtor, and I'll call you back and let you know what we can do, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call a local realtor there, and actually, she was just on my podcast, Vana Jerbeck. She's based out of Seattle, Washington. And so I'm going to call her and say, hey, this is right outside of Seattle. This is the situation. What can we do there? And then I'll call back and say, here's what we can do.
I'm sorry that I did not get.
All right. Let's see what we got going on here, man.
Let me put something more.
So actually, let me share my screen here.
Okay.
No, don't like that one. No, don't like that one. We're going with that one. All right. So when I am buying leads, what I'm looking for is the motivation and how quickly they want to sell, and then the location.
I would also look at repairs probably. I mean, if you do innovations, it's probably less crucial, but I would
like landscaping, paint outside, and tenant occupied. So this sounds to me like this person is probably going to want more than what we're willing to pay. Like I would personally, like if I'm buying off the marketplace, I'm totally fine with this lead normally. Like if it just comes in and it's one of like my package of 10 or 20 leads, but like on the marketplace, I like this. Don't like the fact that it's tenant occupied and they're saying it only needs landscaping and paint.
Right, and that's where I always debate. I'll tell to people, so you can wait for the lead to fall to status new, in 48 hours, unless somebody grabs it exclusively. So that's sometimes you gotta take a risk, and some leads are really taking like in a couple of minutes. But sometimes I'll tell people, that's a type of lead that you just wait for 2 days till it falls and get it for less.
Right.
So
look at this one. Emergency reasons, financial reasons, relocating, needs all kinds of repairs, ASAP. And it's in a city that we have dispo deals in regularly. So this would be a good one, but it has already one order, but they didn't buy it exclusively. So what does that mean there when it says one order, but I can still order it? What did they choose?
Right. So most likely they either purchased it with without exclusivity as hot, or maybe it already fell to new status, because when was it published? 24th.
Yeah.
So
they bought it without exclusivity. They probably did like the 1 hour or what are the options? 1, 24, and 48 hours.
It's 148 and 100% and no exclusivity.
So they did the 1 hour exclusivity is probably what they did. Ooh, Amarillo.
Right, and this was under the hold, so it means that somebody purchased it with 48 hours exclusivity.
Right.
But it will be back, and somebody will be able to touch on it at least.
Because when it says sold out, that means they bought it 100% exclusive, right?
Or it was purchased. It was on automatic mode.
Gotcha.
So all automatic modes, like you see this advertising, be like tailored for your success, and it says sold via fixed price mode on the right.
Yeah.
Like this Jersey lead, so it means that it was like automatic lead. So it was either sold nationally, statewide, or county custom wide. Wait.
So I come in here and I say I want to buy this lead. I get to choose what I want to do. So for essentially $90 more than 1 hour, I can get it exclusive. That's what I'm looking for $90. So it's funny because I've gone back and forth between this. There's times where I'm like, hey, I'll spend the extra money for the exclusive. There's other times where I'm like, dude, I really don't care. I mean, like I'm RJ. I don't need to spend the $90. So,
but we can. Here's another trick for you.
I bought it. I'm closing this. Jeffrey, let's do it. So this lead came from SMS marketing.
Yep. So it means we texted them and checked the information, and after we send it to the platform.
Please leave your message for 9722341.
Hey, Jeffrey, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there in Northwest Maine. Looks like you were texting back and forth with my team about potentially selling that property. If you could, give me a call back at 817-710-8689. Thank you. So, looks like we got some questions. It looks like the same lead is being sold numerous times. That's what we were just talking about, Mark. You have the choice. You can buy it exclusive for an hour, 48 hours, or 100% exclusive. You also have the ability to schedule a meeting with Yuri and go to Yuri and say, I only want exclusive leads, and you can purchase those through setting up a meeting with Yuri. Okay. What is a realistic monthly budget to make this amount of lead calls? At one point in time, we were spending somewhere between $10,000 a week, but that's because we have a large team and we were pumping them out. I mean, you could easily do this where you're spending, a couple grand a month. And then as you get deals, you can start increasing that budget. Ryan, I would suggest going to Yuri and saying, hey, these are my goals. This is what I'm looking to do. And Yuri can put you in a place where it's like, hey, here's the best package to get you the most amount of leads.
Right. A lot depends, which areas you cover too. Like if you do national, you can be more selective. You can get bigger volumes on average. So if you just, again, target it to just one county or two counties, I mean, if it's Harris or something like that, you're probably in a better position. But if it's like something small, and so the situation is different. But
so Ricky says, why didn't you ask her, will you be interested in creative terms? Well, for One, because I live by the standard of exit strategy first. So what is my exit strategy? Because that determines my acquisition strategy. So what am I going to do? Exit strategy number one for our end buyers is a flip. That's the offer that I made her. Okay. She didn't like that. What is exit strategy number two? Keep it as a buy and hold. That is not going to cash flow as a short or a long-term rental. Okay. And we don't wholesale deals as short-term rentals. I don't believe in that. That's how you screw over your end buyers. What is exit strategy number three? It would be a seller finance. That is something that we could potentially do, but there is a mortgage in place there. So that gets a little bit messy. I don't believe in trying to get sellers to do wraps, where you know we're going to have to wrap her mortgage on the backside if we're doing some sort of seller finance terms. So outside of that, the only creative option would be a novation, which is I've already teed myself up to make that offer to her once I have the conversation with Vana. I literally just paid for that lead. I just went in there and I bought that lead. So yes, I just did it on the screen. All right. Can you call the realtor on the stream to hear how you pitch a novation deal? Maybe. I don't know that I have her cell phone number. I think we only communicated through Instagram DM. So I can message her real quick and see if she wants to hop on here. All right. Let's send her a message. We'll see if she answers. If she does, then I'll try to have that call in the live.
Do you want me to quickly cover other questions?
Yeah, you can do that while
And here is another thing. Actually, you can look at the marketplace. And I remember somebody told me that you bought a lead for $400. I told them that if you would talk to me, it wouldn't happen. So I just created for you 2 coupons that you can use and can show guys actually how to use them. So that's okay. Oregon, actually, in Oregon, we'll be glad to take you on statewide, and the pricing is pretty good there. So just reach out to me directly. We can discuss that. Same as about California. If you do whole state, you're in pretty good position. So
all right, sorry about that.
no worries.
So that was me trying the lead that I just bought. That was me going through the skip trace phone numbers to see if those would work. So that's the skip trace phone numbers. That's kind of a Hail Mary. That first phone number that they've entered is normally going to be right. All right, let's see what we want to do here. Bring up my screen. Chesapeake, Virginia. That's a good area for us. Ooh, Georgia. Yes. Yes. Bonnie. Vana's going to call me in 10 minutes.
Hello,
Hi, is Bonnie there?
this is she.
Hey, Bonnie, this is RJ Bates calling about your property there on Gordon Street. Looks like you were talking to my team about potentially selling that property. You still looking to sell?
Yes,
Awesome. How much you looking to get for it?
how much do I want to get for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my bottom number is gonna be 155,000.
Okay.
House and 6 acres.
House and 6 acres. All right. Tell me a little bit about the property.
It's 1,500 and something square feet. I'm sure you can pull it up on the computer, the plat. Got over 6.5 acres. It's, the house is a 1895 Victorian. We just redid the porch a couple of years ago. It has a crawl space. It has the original heart pine walls in it and floors. Some of the floors have some things need to be repaired. It needs a new kitchen and it needs a new bathroom. I had the roof. It has a metal roof. I had a couple of leaks, so I had a guy to come out and he every nail hole, everything he put something and painted it. I don't know what else did, but it stopped the leak. It has attic stairs in it. You can go upstairs. It has a high pitch. The guy across the road, his house was similar to mine. And a few years ago, he added on upstairs, put 2 bedrooms, another bath, and another room up there. So there's potential for that. The road, the acreage is like there's a big lot on each side of the house, and then the property goes back and it goes to the Temple Road and then goes back. So you've got part of that acreage is on road frontage. And I'm in the grocery store right now. Do you want me to call you right back?
Yeah, can I ask you just a couple of questions? So then that way I can finish looking at it while you're finishing shopping there.
Yeah.
I have the square footage as 1,500 square foot, but you said it got added on. Do you know what the square footage is now with the addition?
No, I said you can add on.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, that's it has a high pitch
Gotcha.
and a roof thing, and the guy across the road added on to his that is similar to mine, and that's what he did. He did 2 bedrooms and another room and a bath upstairs.
Gotcha.
Downstairs, mine is 3 bedrooms, a bath, and a kitchen.
How quickly are you wanting to close?
Real quick.
Like 30 days quick or faster?
Yeah, that's, well, whatever.
I think your 155 is pretty reasonable. You said that's your bottom dollar.
Yeah.
So
You come back and say 140.
no, I got you. So we are, it's cash. There's no commissions. We cover the closing costs. Are you taking that into consideration with that number?
I am, because I've gone down from 160 down to 155.
Okay. What do you mean you came down from 160? You had that with somebody else?
I had several people call me about this.
Well, how come they didn't buy it?
Huh?
How come they didn't buy it?
Because they want it for 140, and I won't let it go.
I see.
I've had it, it was my grandmother's house. And my father died 10 years ago, and I've just had it, and he said just pay the taxes on it every year, the $1,200, and if nothing else, the investment for the land will be worth it.
He was right. I mean, there's a lot of value in that land. I mean, I agree.
There is. Especially with part of it facing another road, several roads, and you can sell off lots there.
I think that's what I'm gonna do, Bonnie.
That's what a lot of people have looked at it for.
I think what I want to do is I think I want to give you $155,000, and I think I want to sell off those lots like you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, my husband and I are tired of going over there and mowing the grass, and nobody's lived in it now for 30 years. So you've got to rewire it. You've got to, if you want to keep the old house, that's up to you. And redo it and make 100 or so thousand off of it. You can do that.
Well, do you have an email address that you use?
Yes.
Can you share that email address with me? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up that contract. Is it solely in your name, or is it in both yours and your husband's name?
No, it's only in my name, and it is a clear title to it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write up that contract for $155,000. I'm going to send that over to you. Take a look at it when you get.
Now, in the contract, is it going to say you're going to give me a lesser price once you come out and look at it? Because I'm not going to sign that. I'm saying I want 155.
Well, my contract has that for every single house. But I understand that if I say I need to be less, you're going to say no. So, I mean, I could just delete that if you want.
I've said that a lot of times.
So you want me to delete that from the contract?
Yes, if you would. I want a contract that says 155, and I'll let it go.
Okay. Well, then I can delete that. That's just one sentence on the contract. And then I'll send that over to you, and then we'll come out. We'll do our due diligence, and we'll get it closed in the next 30 days. Okay, Bonnie?
That sounds good.
My name is RJ Bates.
Okay. You want.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Bonnie. Well, best of luck with your grocery trip there, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so man, I wish there was a way I could show this without showing the address. You guys are muted. Let me unmute y'all. So what we've got here on this one is that we have a 1,500 square foot house that's built in the late 1800s. Everything around her is 2013, 2012, 12, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Like everything is built in the 2000s and the 2010s, right? 5,000 square foot lots selling for 275 to 330. We have 278,000 square feet of land. I mean, we could essentially turn this into a small development project. Like, come in here. I mean, how many lots can you get on that? I mean, this is just like rough math. But 275,000 divided by 5,000. That's 55 lots. Someone says I need a bell. I got one, baby. Bam! That's the Tom Kroll bell. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the bell very often because I can't hear out of this ear anymore.
You have one more ear.
Yeah. That was a one-time thing, guys. I just ruined my ear. So were you guys kind of following along with what I was saying there? I mean, this is who cares about the house? But even if so, I mean, the ARV on this could easily be just on the house, the high twos. So, I mean, even on that, I mean, we're getting so much land. She's right. And I think she's a little bit conservative in her number. I think if you do this right, this could actually be a multiple six-figure deal. So, love that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Lead was that lead I bought. It was the top one on new leads. It was in Georgia. So you see the one in Georgia that says sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just went in there. The reason why I bought it because it said it's vacant. They want to sell ASAP. Financial reasons. Tired of being a landlord, and there was no mortgage. It was not listed. I mean, if we were to ever write out a list of like what we want to see in a lead, that's what we want to see. So, boom, snagged it up. What did that lead cost? That lead cost like $300 something on the marketplace. I mean, dude, what, Yuri, if I'd come to you and I said, hey, I want statewide leads in Georgia, what would that have cost me?
Oh, Georgia right now, I think the latest price is 160 or 180, something in this range.
I think 160.
160. Yeah, Georgia vote today it was pretty good, so I think it's 160.
$160 to have that conversation. I don't see any reason why everybody. That's right outside of Atlanta. That's in Fairburn, Georgia. So guys, listen. When you go to SpeedToLead.com, you sign up for free. Use code Titanium. You can immediately start buying off of the marketplace like I've been doing here at the end. And then you can schedule your appointment with Yuri and say, hey, I want to do nationwide like RJ, or I want to do statewide. Or if you can even narrow it down and say, hey, I want them in these counties. Whatever it is that you want, explain it to Yuri. He'll tell you the pricing on it and get after it. Serious question. After the lead gets sent to JV partners, does that mean it isn't exclusive anymore? Well, if you buy it exclusively, it never goes to JV partners, right?
Correct. Yeah, but you got to buy it within. So we don't send all leads to JV partners, but there is a volume of leads that we send down to JVs. And once those are sent down to JVs, they become they go to new status.
Right.
And so so the ones that are new status are not exclusive anymore. Correct. The ones that because like obviously the thing with new status leads is like they're not, you can't really expect them to be exclusive anyway because they've been there for a couple of days. But then also the JV ones also go to new status, and at that point, correct, they're not exclusive anymore. So
Cameron says typical renovation on a 1,500 square foot home of that age and size is $80,000. I mean, I've seen 1,500 square foot houses go $80,000 in repairs. So okay, we'll give you that. So I buy it for $155 and I put 80 into it. I'm at, what is that, $235? How do you plan to exit that if planning and zoning won't allow you to develop that into multiple lots because of green space requirements? Well, first and foremost, we look into the data that exists. It's surrounded by new development around there in smaller lots. So based off of what exists on paper, it's letting me know that what fear that you have is not going to be a reality because they're allowing that to happen. So maybe we're not going to get the 55 lots. I mean, even if we only end up with 10 or 5 lots, we're still highly profitable based off of selling those lots. And then if we were even go in there and to build those new houses, my personal opinion is we would go to the developer of those houses right there in that neighborhood. I think I'm privy on this is another reason why. Hey, going back to y'all's whole like, is LeadZolo better than SpeedToLead? All right, and I went on my rant saying this is why I use PropStream, why I use Privy, and why I use Batch. PropStream showed me one thing, and Privy showed me something else. So thank God I had multiple tools because Privy showed me I got a 2023 build that's listed right now for $370,000. I've got a 2023 build listed for $370,000. Those are 2023 builds. They're right around the corner. They're 0.2 miles from that house. I have 3 houses built in 2021. Those are 0.1 mile away from this. So we know that they're allowing development in there, and her lot is a triangle. So we have road frontage on 3 sides of this lot, not just one road in front. We literally have road access on 3 different points of this lot. So that is the due diligence. That's the analyzation that I was doing during the entire call. So someone said it, hey, RJ went through the closer's formula like that right at the beginning. Why do I do that? Because I don't even have to think about what I'm saying because it's really irrelevant. What I'm doing is getting a number out of the seller. I'm doing my analysis, and I'm figuring out what bucket she fits in. What bucket she fit in was price was right and motivation existed. That's an easy close. Move on from it because I knew exactly what I could do with it. So I didn't really care about anything she had to say. All I needed to know was, is this a deal? Yes, it is. Let's close it. All right. Gene, what else do we need to go over? Oh, shit. What's her name is going to call me. She said she was going to call me in 10 minutes. I guess we should probably wait on that, huh? Well, I don't know. She said 10 minutes and it's been 20 and she hadn't called yet.
Have you called that distressed lady, the super distressed one?
Yeah, the one with the husband left.
Yeah.
Yeah, her phone's going straight to voicemail, and then I called the skip trace numbers, and they weren't working. So her phone's not.
But that's her phone. That's her phone because we have an SMS conversation to that phone.
Yeah, her phone. Her voicemail matches the name and everything too. Is exclusivity absolutely necessary? No, exclusive. Like, okay, first and foremost, let me throw this out there, okay? And maybe the guys at SpeedToLead are going to get mad because they're going to be like, damn, RJ.
No, we won't. No, we won't.
Okay, so here's the deal. Exclusivity does not exist, okay? They are literally running marketing to get this lead. If you think that someone else is not paying for marketing to that exact same person, then you're crazy. So maybe it's exclusive for SpeedToLead, but freaking Joe Bum, We Buy Houses in Fairburn, Georgia is running PPC. He's doing texting. He's doing cold calling. She is guaranteed on a list that we can pull off a Batch and PropStream, and people are cold calling her right now. Like, there is no such thing as an exclusive lead, okay? So, like, let's just get that out of our head. We are constantly competing against each other all day, every day. You need to be more worried about being great at talking to sellers, analyzing deals, and closing deals than you need to be worried about, my precious, I own you exclusively, because you don't. That's just my opinion.
You guys are great. This is a great turnout. So many people are watching this. This is incredible. This is better than Pace Morby numbers on a live.
Yeah, but this is
exactly.
RJ is right, actually, and that's what I told to Gene, maybe we should push in more on that because I think like exclusivity is one of the most overblown things in like PPL industry, and you gotta even go with that because everyone is promoting that. Oh, it's exclusive. It's exclusive. In our case, probably it's still cool to get some leads exclusively because competing with RJ that is picking up the lead on the marketplace that you didn't take exclusively will probably screw you over. So that's so you can take it from RJ at least. But
here's my thing, Yuri. Like, what we don't understand is, like, I literally shared this. I had a lead come in from LeadZolo during a 50-day challenge. I called it and I closed it. And because I closed it, later that day, I go on the marketplace on SpeedToLead and I bought a lead in the same fucking city and it was the same seller. And I was like, no, I just spent $300. I closed this guy already. And I was thinking I was getting a new lead. Why? Because he saw, I guarantee you, I can tell you the chain of events that happened. Okay. The chain of events were he Googled, need to sell my house fast in bumfuck Florida. And y'all's ad popped up and he entered his information. And then he went and he watched a YouTube video. And the ad for the YouTube video was LeadZolo's YouTube ad. And he clicked that and said, holy shit, I do need to sell my house, and filled out their form. And I was the buyer on both of it. This is what is happening with these motivated sellers all day, every day. They're not just filling out SpeedToLead's form and LeadZolo's form. They're filling out every fucking form. The ones that are highly motivated. That's why I've loved y'all's name, SpeedToLead. That lead came in at 3:48. What time did I call her? 3:48. How can I work my fucking system? Dude, hold on. Let me see something here. 3:48. I bought it at 3:56. And I called it immediately. 8 minutes after the lead was created, I called her and then closed the deal. That is SpeedToLead. That's what differentiates. She said, you're the lucky winner. You get the win. So, all right. What Mr. Coupon Man, what do you got for the audience here? I know you're pumping shit out. You said RJ10 on new status.
RJ10 all night long. New status leads for $10 each. That's as low as they come.
How much?
$10 each for new stat leads and new status. Just because
holy shit, bro.
Hold
on. I got to make a banner for this. Hold on. RJ10.
Don't tell anyone this happened.
Yeah, RJ10. $10 new status leads. Holy shit. Gene coming in. Hey, if y'all don't know, Gene has a problem with coupons and discounts. He can't help himself. Gene, how often do you come up with just random numbers?
Because I know our audience, man. They like the bargain shit, man.
I know.
We actually forcing Gene to do it less. I'll tell you, like, some people started already reaching out. What happened to Gene? Are you the new owner? What's going on? We don't see coupons. Like, they're less. So that's it's not uncommon too.
Yuri, I want you to know something, Yuri. Before you came on, okay, I had a conversation with Gene, and I said, Gene, bro, you got to do less coupons. Like,
I remember this.
You're literally running a coupon before the first coupon expired. You're like, buy new status for $29. And then it's like, he didn't like the number. So he was like, for $9 now. I'm like, dude, like, you got to let it expire a little bit.
Dude, yeah. Well, I think I definitely, I could start a coupon mastermind or some shit, man.
So I love this. Listen, are these leads real time? How did this lady fill out a form at the grocery store? You weren't listening.
Dude, that's a good. We should try doing that at the grocery stores, man.
Hold on. It wasn't this was not a PPC lead. Okay. This was generated. It was a call. They cold called her.
Yep.
And she answered the phone and she said, yes, I do want to sell. My name is Bonnie. per cell at this address, and it's
Was it
vacant.
Did you say it was text? Or was it?
No, it was
this-
call. It was
this
call. I
was
looked it up. It was a call.
This was the call. So she didn't fill out for him. This is absolutely real time. This is real life. This is not scripted. This is not fake. Yeah, dude. So RJ10, $10 new status leads. Like, dude, everyone, how many can they buy, Gene?
It's unlimited.
Up to 30.
Up to
Up
30?
to 30. Everyone better have 30 fucking leads. Like right now. Y'all should be on the phones. You should stop watching me right now. And you should place at least 90 phone calls for the rest of the day because you call on all 3 of those leads 3 times. And everyone that watched this right now should walk away with multiple deals. Multiple deals. Just saying. This guy said, I heard unlimited.
Hey, go get through the 30 first. Get through 30 and call Yuri, and he's gonna extend it for you. If you get
There
through
you
30.
go. Hey, this dude over here, he just wants to like hold on to him. He ain't gonna call 30 tonight. He's like, give me 60. I'll call him later this week.
And he probably won't.
And that's a general, actually, that's another advice I'll tell you. So some of your guys who actually bought a lot of them, they notice that they still needed to keep it organized, and they use some CRM systems. So the ones that are the most successful, because I heard like several stories, the guy just went and like bought like big bunch of those. I'll call them later whatsoever. And when he really got to them, it's like a whole month passed. So because he was busy with other stuff and all this type of thing. So
all right, let me answer this real quick, Yuri. I'm spicy now. We've been doing this for 2 hours. Wait, what percentage of estimate of how many of these leads end up closing? Anyone? Well, I'll answer. Here's the deal, Dennis. These leads actually, believe it or not, they don't close themselves. Okay, so the lead itself doesn't have a percentage on how many of them close, but the closers, the people that have the ability to talk to sellers and the people that have the ability to underwrite and have the exit strategies, they have KPIs. And those differentiate. Yuri said early on, some are 1 in 5. Some 1 in 12. Some people suck and still make money and they close 1 in 30. Okay. So it's not about do the leads themselves have KPIs. Okay. It is about, do you have an ability to talk to people where it progresses to a close at the end? The lead itself is nothing more than someone raising their hand and saying, I have a property that I want to sell. Everything after that is all on your shoulders, not on SpeedToLeads. Okay.
And here's another thing, guys, for you. So just to keep in mind, it's very cool. And again, shout out to RJ. RJ will be the one who really can advise you, how to better call. Because in our case, we would look for we still look for some stats. So it's not like you just got.
What's up, Vana? All right. Hey, just so you know, you're live on YouTube. Okay, so say hi to YouTube. So I was doing a live, and I called the lead in Everett, and it's a tricky situation. So she is getting divorced. She needs to sell the property, and she's moving to Texas. I made her an offer. Looks like the ARV is like 535. Probably needs about 45,000 in works. And I offered her like 350, and that was not enough. She owes like 275. The ex-wife wants too much money, so it's not going to work. So I said, well, let me call Vana and see if this is something that we could either, one, convert into a listing for your team. And if not, also, could this be a potential novation? And if so, I wanted to kind of consult with you on what you thought this could go for if we did like a novation on it.
Sure.
So,
Let's see. We'll take a look at it.
yeah, let me shoot you the address real quick.
And guys, if you're watching this and you're a iSpeedToLead member, RJ is having this mastermind, this boot camp that you absolutely need to go to if you feel like you're lacking in the closing department and in other departments. So they just took 40 people last week and closed like contracts on 53 doors over the weekend, and they did it all together. So imagine you've got RJ sitting right there with you, closing this stuff, showing you everything, diving into about everything about their business. So
her
I
situation on needing more was the ex-wife is saying that she wants 70, but the actual seller is the person that put down 50 when she bought it, and she was like, she doesn't really, if I take her to court, she wouldn't get anything. So she's like, I don't even know how to proceed on this. I threw out like, well, if we could list it and it could be closer in like the low fours, would that be better for you? And she's like, yeah, that sounds like something more realistic that I'd be interested in.
Low fours before fees?
No, including the fees.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she didn't have low fours.
No. Like, if we're like 420 and that includes like rental commissions and everything.
She might as well just take the 300 something.
I know, but I think she's literally like counting like she's not in like a time crunch. So it's more of like, hey, the most I can get out of this is better. But that's also why I think a novation might be a good fit on this, because we can go back and say, okay, I mean, depending upon what you see. I mean, if you don't think that we could get a higher amount listed, then maybe it is best for us to just say, hey, let's list it for like 420 and move on with our lives.
Right. Yeah, let me take. There's pictures on Zillow. Was it a rental? Bought recently.
She bought it in 2017.
Okay.
So she said the outside needs paint. She said it needs quite a bit of work.
Yeah, this is downtown Everett. Bought for $315 and $17. Yeah, mid fours is realistic for current market value as it is.
Okay.
I think you're pretty on point with your be mid fives.
Yeah. So if we went back to her, like, do you do novations?
I list them. I don't do them myself.
Gotcha.
Our MLS is actually cracking down on. You can do the flip, but as far as novation,
Right.
as far as listing contract.
I personally think that it would be better for me just to call her back and say, hey, we think we can list it in the mid fours and just charge her full commission on it.
I think that's a good idea.
Would you personally do it, or would it be somebody on your team?
I can personally do it. You can set me up for Friday or Saturday.
Okay. So let me call her back and say, like, when I say mid four, should I say 450 or more like the 435?
Look, but we can let her know
All right.
for sure.
So what I could do is just let her know, like, hey, we're thinking somewhere 425 to 450, but we need to come out and take a look at it, and we can be out there Friday or Saturday. Does that sound good?
Sir.
All right. Let me give her a shout back, and when I do that, when I get confirmation from her, I'll hit you back and let you know. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right. Appreciate you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. All right. So that was the Everett, Washington, right? That's Vana. She said she could do the retail. So exactly what Gene was talking about earlier. Gene, what did you say? Hey, you better have that realtor on speed dial. So even in Seattle, Washington, hey, because I've networked and I've made connections with people, boom, I've got a realtor on speed dial. So now I'm going to call this lady back right now, and I'm going to tell her, hey, on Friday or Saturday, Vana could be out there at your property to verify, but we think we can list this for $430 to $450. Are you good to rock? She'll list that for a full 6% commission, and I'll get a kickback on that. Actually, I won't. Cassie will, because she's a licensed realtor, but she'll get a kickback on that, probably 25% of Bana's commission. So you guys care if I call that seller back real quick?
Absolutely. No, this is the full freaking deal happening. Like, I can't believe how many people just don't do this in terms of the realtor thing.
Yep. All right. Let me call her.
Angel, text Yuri, and he'll hook you up with some buyers in Little Rock, or text RJ, and you can JV that dispo with RJ.
Yes.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Please try your call again later. Goodbye.
All right. Well, we don't get to see that part, but hey, listen, this is over 2 hours. We went through the entire process of how to buy leads on SpeedToLead, everything that they've got going up. If you haven't figured it out at this point, you need to go sign up for SpeedToLead and schedule your meeting with Yuri. Okay. Also, RJ10, use that code. You can buy up to 30 leads in the new status for $10. What the fuck, bro? It's basically free. Like, I literally, dude, I posted this the other day on my YouTube channel, okay? I did a poll. What do you need help with most in 2024? Number one, 33% of the people said lead generation. Lead generation. We basically just gave you 30 leads for $300. 30 leads. Like, bro, give me 30 leads. I am walking away with 4 contracts. From 4 contracts, I'm turning that into $50,000, and I am off to the races, and I never have to worry about this ever again. I'm just pumping that shit right back to SpeedToLead, and I'm creating a fucking empire. Like, you should have been able to watch this video today and have everything that you ever need. Just, I showed you how to talk to sellers. Look, how many leads did we get today? I mean,
You didn't even talk to that many.
Well, I only talked to 2.
Yeah,
And both of them converted.
That's nuts.
I mean, what the fuck else do we need? Yes, RJ10 is the code. It's scrolling down there at the bottom. RJ10. Use that code on new status leads, and you get the lead for $10. Yuri, you're a badass, bro. I'm excited to have you. I'm excited to have you on the team. Gene, I love you, brother. Appreciate everything that you guys do for us. You guys came through like fucking rock stars during the closers formula. Dude, I did a whole recap of it yesterday on the YouTube channel, so I'm not going to go too into depth about it, but you guys came in. We crushed deals all across the country. I'm so excited to have you part of the fleet. We're going to be doing this once a month, closing deals on here with Yuri and Gene, so appreciate you guys. Also, I'm just saying, what do you guys think about that little banner up at the top? That's some sexy shit up there, isn't it? With the SpeedToLead logo and titanium.
Dude, I love it. I love it.
Just a little teaser. We might be building something out called Titanium University, and it might be a full, comprehensive, badass program that could be released pretty soon. So
nice.
Keep your eye out on that.
RJ, can I have just for a moment? So there's about 100 folks that are watching from SpeedToLead audience. How can they get to the closer formula? What's the next? Is there a next one? How can they get on the waiting list? What's the deal?
So we do actually have a wait list. Nick, Sima, if you guys are watching, can y'all actually put the wait list in the chat? Well, actually, I need to find that because we need to send it to the SpeedToLead. I'm thinking, Gene, that it's going to be probably 2 months from now for the next closers formula, because we're going to make sure that we get Titanium University rolled out here. And then right after that, we will get the next closers formula set up. So basically, the way that this is going to work is like, hey, we're going to want you to be a part of Titanium University, where you're fully comprehensively trained on everything that we do. And then when you're done with that, then implementation wise, you're coming here to closers formula. Guys, I'm telling you, it's going to get serious on these closers formula. Like the results from this last one, I got Gene asking, hey, can I come be in person? I had Tyler Austin from REI SIF saying, dude, how can I be involved? Like, maybe can I help you clean the data? Can I be involved? Like, everyone wants to be involved because we're talking about really closing deals and actually implementing what we teach and what we do around here. So it's awesome. And dude, thank you guys so much for being a huge part of the success of this last
Thank
one.
you. Thank you for always having like coming up with the freaking next fucking exciting thing, man. There ain't enough people that are doing some exciting shit, man. Like 50 states, freaking Olympics, dissing every motherfucker in the industry once in a while. I gotta love that. Gotta love that. Shit.
And just
I read those posts and I'm like, man, I gotta do more of this. I gotta do more of that. I used to do more of that.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm finding the wait list right here. All right, I'm dropping it in the chat. Maybe if I can figure out how to use a computer. All right, so it's dropped in the chat. You guys can. God dang it, Bates.
Someone said it looks like I'm sitting at an ice skating rink. I'm sitting in my office. I just had to move because I got all my strategy there, and I can't let you see it because I got to surprise y'all.
There you go. That's the best I can do with that link in short notice. But join that wait list. You guys will be the first to be notified when the next Closures Olympics is announced. Yeah, just click on it.
Can you drop it in the private chat? I'm gonna add it to the YouTube description of the video on iSpeed.
Yes, I don't know why it's coming across so funky. Let me copy text. There we go.
Nice.
And just last thing from my side, I just want to give a shout out because you mentioned Nick and Sama. So I had the pleasure talking to those guys. I had the pleasure talking to Casey. So for you guys like watching, so you sometimes we miss the part where we have like so many people with us supporting us. Like RG mentioned, networking, agents. He has his own team. Casey is great. So like always supporting. I had the pleasure talking to her. Nick and Sama, great dudes too. So, and same as well from our side, SpeedToLead, we have like over 30 people right now doing different things, supporting us, just keep growing. And, thank you all to all the users. Thank you to all your team. And, let's keep growing. Let's keep pounding. Let's keep making money. So
absolutely. On that note, let's wrap up. Let's get out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody supporting us today. What a hell of a way to start the year with SpeedToLead. Hey, we talked to two people and both are going to be monetized. Listen, $10 leads, RJ10, new status leads. Stop watching YouTube. Go talk to more sellers. You get 30 of them. Let's do it. See you guys.
And if you're playing this back, the code doesn't work anymore because you should have been here.
Facts, Gene. Tell them.